Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Glassjaw Deathclaw, and today is actually going to be my very first time recording Subnautica, and we're actually going to be playing on the mode called Freedom, which gets rid of hunger and thirst. We don't have to worry about that. Just have to watch out for our health and our oxygen level. I could go survival mode, but I'm being kind of fat and lazy today, so we're taking it a little bit easy. I already have a game mode, my own private save file in this difficulty, so I have a really strong grasp on how things run. We're gonna jump straight into it. We're gonna get things up and running, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy this video as much as I'm enjoying making it for you. Not to mention, this game is downright beautiful, and I've been kind of, ever since, can't remember the right order of the name, but there was a diving game for the Nintendo Wii. I think it was, Blue Planet, Endless Ocean, or something to that effect. And I've wanted a diving game, diving/survival game, ever since then. And these folks that made Subnautica they nailed it. I like the concept of diving and everything. Okay, well here we go. We're getting started.
Failure imminent.
Yep.
All personnel abandon ship.
Went bad.
Launch in
Things
3,
went really bad.
2, 1.
There goes the ship. Yep, ship's crash landing, and so aren't we. Uh-oh. And we get knocked out. Knocked out pretty damn good, too. That loose panel kicked our ass. Yeah, we're good. Come on now. Control the character. Thank you very much. And here we go. Oh, it's fire. It's good. Okay. Okay. It's kind of a neat little boot up jingle,
You have suffered minor head trauma.
Yep.
This is considered an optimal outcome. This
Yeah, I know.
PDA has now rebooted in emergency mode with one directive: to keep you alive on an alien world. Please refer to the databank for detailed survival advice.
Still
Good
that
luck.
right there. Hey, luck ain't got nothing to do with it. Take a little bit of health damage, and because we're starting off here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over to our PDA and we're gonna take medical kit. Health is slightly above optimal. What we want to do is get extinguisher and all that crap. Having a scanner right off the bat is really useful, but having the repair tool is equally useful. And yeah, depending on what time of day it is in game, yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it. It's during the day anyhow. There's what's left of our ship. They always put you in the same
Aurora
spot.
suffered orbital hull failure.
It's really
Cause
useful.
unknown. 0 human life signs detected.
No kidding. Now I just gotta find that first tube here. Now, I'm trying to create, pardon me, some batteries.
is an essential component of all powered
Back up
equipment.
to the surface
Your
here.
probability of survival has just increased to unlikely, but plausible.
Unlikely but plausible. I love the sound of that. Keep talking to me, girl. Yeah. Okay. Got scrap from the ship, which does respawn. Not always in the same spots, but it does respawn. Oh yeah, there's all sorts of neat little life forms and stuff floating around here. What I want to do is get over to this kelp here so we can get some rubber started. Because we really want that repair tool.
Oxygen.
Yeah. I also keep forgetting I don't have the big oxygen tanks right now. Yet. So we gotta watch out for nasty creatures, and we have to do this very, very carefully. And that shrieking sound is one of the stalkers. Not a terribly friendly sea life form, but there you have it. Come on. Okay. Looks like we got what we needed for that.
Life on this planet grows in unusually distinct and diverse ecological biomes. Further study recommended.
What I tried to do, especially for the first little bit of this, is to stay close to the life pod and try to pick up what I can to get a couple tools. The scanner and the repair tool are essential at the very, very beginning of this. Now that we got our oxygen, there is a tube. I know it's here. I'm just having trouble locating it. Anywho's, one of these places has a cave. A couple of small caves around here. I don't remember what the creature is called, but we're looking for an exploder fish. Because those guys have sulfur, cave sulfur, and we need that. Especially this early on, you do not want to go anywhere near the rear of that ship. Unless you want to get bitten in half by a leviathan. Rather nasty creature. Not all leviathans in this game are dangerous, but they are quite formidable if you run across the wrong ones. Yep, they will mess your life up bad. And the brain coral is also useful because it produces a little bit of oxygen for you. Not too much, but... Oh, nice one was exploder fish. And he missed me. And that's beautiful. Now I can go and get the... And where'd you come from, my little friend? Ah, he came from in here. That's good news for us. Got the cave sulfur, thank you very much.
Detecting sulfur deposits in the local cave systems.
Yep.
Sulfur is an essential component of the repair tool.
Yeah, as long as you're in these shallows, the safe shallows, you're basically in the kiddie pool version of the ocean. You don't really have to worry about too many of the big creatures coming along and attacking you or anything. You also don't want to get turned around in this cave neither. Because you can and you will drown, and that would suck. Okay. Sure if I have enough, but here it is. Yeah, this is actually a really good starting point here. You can come right over and crack open this limestone and get all sorts of good stuff. Some titanium, some copper. Yeah, you get all sorts of cool stuff out of that. And you've got all these, most of these fish here are not dangerous to you. The little splody fish that tried to blow me up earlier is. And they do live in this tube, so you have to be very careful with that. Extremely protective of their nests. Aggravatingly so. It's like, dude, I'm not trying to mess with your nest. Leave me the hell alone. But yep, if you need to, and you are playing on like survival mode, you can take those peepers and you can either eat them raw, which you can do. I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, there's all sorts of various things you can do. Yep, and we need to pick up the pace because the sun is not going to be up forever. As you can probably tell, it is getting darker and darker out, slowly but surely.
Oxygen.
Yep. No, we're gonna take a swim on over to our life pod and see what we can get. There is a box there, and I do suspect that has some parts that we're gonna need. This life pod is in a slightly different location than my other save file, but I suppose that's just variance based on it being a different type. Need titanium. Raw materials, the game will make it for you. Okay. Alright, equipment. Repair tool,
Detecting
yes.
increased local radiation levels. Trend is consistent with damage to the Aurora's drive core, sustained during planet fall.
Okay, and when you make it, it starts off as brand spanking new. It doesn't need any batteries.
Life pod secondary systems online. Running full environment diagnostic and outputting results to databank.
Yeah, you do need basic batteries for your repair tool, but...
Distress signal received. Rescue operation will be dispatched to your location in 9 hours. Continue to monitor for emergency transmissions from other life pods.
Okay. What else do we need for equipment? Need to create a battery. Okay, we need copper for that, which I'm quite sure we have. Okay, this thing's being a bit difficult. Okay, there's our battery.
New blueprint acquired.
Okay, and we now have a scanner. So we can scan
The
life
scanner
forms.
can be used to synthesize blueprints from salvage technology and to record alien biological data.
Yep, the scanner does not require an additional battery. It's nighttime, you can travel by night. I wouldn't recommend it most of the time. At least not till you get a light or you get really, really familiar with the area. It's just not a good idea. Alright, let's make some lubricant, because we're going to need that later. Yep, That's from the creeper vine seed clusters that we picked up.
Is essential in construction of vehicles and power plants.
Okay. Rubber. Create a bunch of that. We only need a little bit of lubricant. We don't need a lot of that right now. Copper wire. The battery. Yeah, what the hell. Okay. Equipment. Standard O2 tank. Thank you very much. Increases our overall O2.
Blueprint acquired.
Fins. Fins mean we
The
can
fabricator
move around
draws from
quicker.
available data to provide environment-appropriate equipment using locally available materials. For your safety, this setting cannot be overridden.
Survival knives always useful for various things.
Weapons were
I'll
removed
show you
from
why.
standard survival blueprints following the massacre on Abraxas Prime. The knife remains the only exception.
Yeah, it looks like we got up, actually got ourselves a good little start going here. Alright, we are gonna put... Let me check something right quick. Okay. You get all your little blueprints here for stuff that you can make, stuff that your character's intelligent enough to make. You got your basic fins here, which are cool, don't get me wrong. Sea glide's very useful. You have to find parts for those. Same thing with the mobile vehicle bay, which allows you to assemble various parts for vehicles and the like. Okay. So now we're kind of just waiting for daytime or some semblance of brightness. You can always do a self-scan.
Self-scan complete. Vital signs normal. Continuing to monitor.
Yep. The fabricator takes a little while, but it creates little med kits for you. I don't know what the turnaround cycle is for them, but it's nice because this thing, its power cells like automatically recharge. You know, you're not left without power. The thing kind of does its own stuff. You don't have to worry too much about that. Alright, let's make sure we got our gear attached to us. Okay, we got our fins on, and we do have standard O2 tank. 30 seconds of oxygen, which is decent. It's decent. It's not like one of the heavier duty ones we're going to make later on. But it's sufficient for the moment. Yep. Sun's up, guns up, baby. Okay. Now what the hell do we want to do? Let's see. Alright, well. Just remembered. Yep, we have the survival knife. And this is something a lot of people make, like little videos on how to get different things. Fiber mesh is probably one of the quickest and easiest things to get. I had to look it up myself, but that's because I was being careless. But you come right on over here to the creeper vine. Give it a little slash. Creeper vine samples.
New blueprint acquired.
Yep, and that is how you get that type of material. Okay, I filled my inventory on purpose because you could also make bandages with it. This little guy over here you see swimming towards us is not dangerous at all. It's what they call a rabbit ray. I'm not sure if you can eat them. You probably can. But they're cute little guys, and you know, they're fairly friendly species. Like some of the other nasty stuff swimming around in here. Alright, let's see what we got here. You know, there's your fiber mesh. Get that from the creeper vine samples. And you can make bandages with it. You can also create better fits. You can swim faster with them. Really useful later on, but I think you have to unlock that. Okay, I'm gonna make one first aid kit out of the fiber mesh. They're basically treated biological bandages. Okay. Make a bunch more fiber mesh because we're gonna need it later on. That's how this whole silly thing works. And the game's not silly. It's just it's better to stockpile stuff now because if you need it later, then it becomes more of a oh crap, I should have picked that up. Why didn't I craft this? And you know you end up doubting yourself. It's just let's not play the doubt game. Don't do that to yourself. Let's go back into that cave, which is over here. One of several caves. Yeah, the orientation. You know I play this all the time. Sometimes it's still easy to get turned around and forget which direction you're going in. You know, stupid stuff like that. Very careful coming into these caves because of the exploder fish. Speaking of which, there's one now. Try to get him to chase me. Yeah, and if they get right next to you and explode, they can and will damage you. That's why we have some... Come on, game. And that's why we got some first aid here to take care of any little boo-boos that the creatures give us.
Oxygen.
Whoop. Okay, well, we're gonna have to go right up to the surface here real quick. So we don't pass out from lack of oxygen, because yeah, whenever that happens, that kind of sucks. Sometimes it'll give you a game over, other times you'll turn out okay. It's not the optimum outcome for anything like that, though. Okay, now we can use our scanner on this guy. Little shuttle bugs. Boing, and there you go. Just added to your compendium. Also scan the acid mushrooms while we're at it. And now we want to leave this cave system before we get short on oxygen again. Okay. Looks like we got ourselves a message here. Let's see what they have to say.
Distress call, back.
This is LifePod 3, uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some holes in our emergency sea glide, so if we're late for the rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us. Seriously. 3 out.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Yeah. And what will happen when you get a message like that, it will actually tell you the location of another escape pod. I call them life pods because it's basically what you're doing, is you're coming back here every time at the very, very beginning of the game. Unless you're really industrious and start making a base right away. Okay, we're gonna catch up to this rabbit ray. I'm gonna scan him. But he's being a little shy right now. Come on there, fella. trying to catch them. They also go around a here we go. Indigenous life form, rabbit ray. Call them rabbit rays because of the little orange ears on the back of their head. The way they kind of zip around. This, I'm not sure what the hell that is, but we're gonna scan it anyway, just for chuckles. If I can get my, yes. Come on, just scan them. Get a good clean scan on. Kind of paint. Ah, there we go.
Oxygen.
And bladderfish. Bladderfish are useful as a food item if you're playing in survival mode. This guy here, the boomerang. Quite sure you can eat that, but you know, let's just scan that coral. Luckily, it doesn't require you to keep a constant lock onto them to get a scan. You know, you can do it in bits and pieces, just not very efficient. Catch up to one of these boomerangs, finish the GD scan, there we go. Back here, you. Ah, there we go. Well, I'd say it's a pretty good start. We got some tools going. Now, I hope you guys have enjoyed this quick start to my Subnautica series. If you have enjoyed this video, please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. And as always, I have been your host, Deathclaw. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll talk to you guys soon.